love your question. You're asking how to borrow money to start a small business. You've definitely come to the right video. My name is Brando Linick. I appreciate you for coming by. And over the next 2, 3, maybe even 4 minutes, I want to actually break this down in the simplest form and just share with you, if you're looking at this to start a business, to be your own boss, but do so in a way that creates leverage and flexibility where you can do what you want when you want. Alright, you want to build a business to do what you want when you want. That's highly profitable. I'd honestly advise you, before you strap that ball and chain to your leg, before you go get a loan or finance, before you borrow money from the bank, okay, if you hear me out here for a minute, having seen people over the last 3 years, gotten around a lot of different business owners and different, business, niches who've done this and take, 10, 20, 30 years to actually pay off their loans and debts, I would not advise you to do that, alright? Or at least before you consider that approach. If you hear me out here for a minute, okay, my experience with this goes back over the last year, and if you want to start a business in a highly lucrative fashion where you don't have to spend, an upfront investment of tens and even hundreds of thousands of dollars, for equipment, supplies, employees, creating your own products and services, which, like I said, can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. The best lead I can throw you away here is what happened to me going back 15 months ago when I came across a person who was building a business, who didn't have to borrow money, who didn't have to fork out all that, who didn't have to deal with equipment, supplies, employees, an office setting, or a storefront, or any of that stuff. And they were doing so, building a high multiple six-figure income on the internet, okay? And because they were doing this and they had that leverage and flexibility and their passion, they were able to afford their passion, which was traveling. So they were able to literally pick up and go to like any location around the world and build their business wherever there's an internet location. And because of that, I started to model and copy what they're doing. Less than 30 days later, created for myself, with their help and with their guidance, a full-time income business working part-time. Not average, not typical results. I gotta put a big income disclaimer out there. If you can imagine one, alright, just appearing on your screen right now. Results will vary. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing you results here. I had to work at it. I actually had to work my butt off at it. And I had to learn some things, just like you'd have to learn when it comes to, starting a small traditional business. But the cool part is, I didn't have to go out there and fork out, like I said, tens of thousands of dollars and get in debt and borrow money from the bank. I didn't have to do that, and I didn't have to deal with the things that would come associated with that, which would be employees, equipment, supplies, and all that stuff that would just work you to death and just give you a headache. And like I said, if you're looking at this because you want to build a business to make money, the best thing you can do is learn how to create a highly profitable business model where you can afford to do what you're passionate about, whether that's to travel more, whether it's to spend more time with your family, whatever that is for you. And the internet is the best modality that you could tap into to accomplish that, alright? And if this makes sense to you from a business model and a perspective, and you want to learn how to do this, if you're coachable, trainable, and you're willing to learn some things, like I said, what I've done, it did require work. I did have to learn some things, just like in a traditional business, but the cool part is I didn't have to take on that overhead. If you want to learn how to do this before you strap that ball and chain to your leg and borrow money from the bank, connect with me on my site. Check it out. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description below. I appreciate you for coming by. I'll connect with you there. Whatever approach you decide to take, I look forward to seeing your success story and seeing you on the beaches of the world. Take care.